What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new video for you on the Frankie family, also known as 8 Passengers. 8 Passengers is a famous family YouTube vlog that are known for exploiting their children online, whether they are embarrassing their children on camera or sending their oldest son to a wilderness camp to survive. They have done some crazy and cringe things, so get ready to pay close attention, grab a snack, and wash it down with some hot tea. If you guys have not seen my previous videos, make sure you go watch them because this family is crazy and there is so much to it. I mean, there are 6 children, there are 2 adults, they all have YouTube channels, Instagram, so there is a lot of content out there and a lot of stuff to get through. A lot of you guys have sent me clips that you want me to react to and talk about, so I'll be doing that today in this video. I'll also be talking about Anastasia Beverly Hill. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be talking about Anastasia, which is the wilderness camp that Ruby, the mother, and Kevin, the father, sent Chad, the oldest son, to for several months to live in the wilderness. And after I talked about it in my last video, a lot of you guys have replied back to me and told me, bruh, I went to this camp and it was like traumatizing. So we'll be talking about that camp as well because corruption, like hello. But before we talk about the camp, I want to talk about this one clip of Russell. So Russell is the youngest son and the mom is a little bit rough with him. She's just like, I don't know, like it's just not like okay to me when I see her tell this little boy to get down and do push-ups and she's just watching him with the camera doing push-ups and like he obviously cannot do them because he's a small young boy. Well, I'm about to play this clip, but you'll see Ruby is asking Russell to pick up his socks, and because he did not pick up his socks and he left them outside, she's making him do push-ups. And I have to say, as like an adult watching this little kid try to do push-ups, it's actually really hard to watch because like this is a little kid. He can't physically do push-ups yet.
Right over there. Run and go pick him up. And then give me 10 push-ups. Put them in your pocket so you can take them down to the hamper and drop and give me 10.
1.
Put your hands straight out. They're in. They're not supposed to be out. Shape your hands forward. There you go. 1, 2, down.
Again, that clip was so cringe. Like, that little kid does not need to do push-ups. That's not how you're gonna learn how to keep your socks away. Like, have you ever heard of positive reinforcement? Like, bruh. We'll get back to Russell because I love him and I honestly feel so sad for him because he looks drained and exhausted like a lot of the times. But now let's talk a little bit about Anastasia. I really cannot pronounce it, so I'm sorry guys, but I'm just gonna call it the wilderness camp. So there is a Mormon wilderness camp that Ruby and Kevin decided to send Chad to because Chad was supposedly misbehaving, and I have to say, I'm Mormon and I'm actually pretty familiar with this camp even though I cannot say it. I have family members who have gone to this camp and it's for the bad apples, like the really, really bad ones. Like my family member like robbed a bank and then went to this camp and then he was reformed for like a week and it did nothing besides like add to his PTSD. It's actually not a joke at all and there are a lot of people who have been affected by this camp. Like I said, I am Mormon, but I'm not that Mormon. There are a lot of rules when it comes to Mormonism. You can't drink tea, you can't have a boyfriend until you're like 16, like you can't even be gay, so there's a lot of rules there. But this wilderness camp is a predominantly Mormon camp, and what they do is they take these children out to the wilderness and they let them live in the wilderness to survive. And all they have is a little foam mat to sleep on and they have to break sticks all day. You guys saw in that one clip that all he had to bring was underwear because they provide you your clothing.
And the guy says, oh, you don't need to bring anything except 36 pair of underwear. When Chad heard it, he was like, I really am going to go live in the desert in my underwear.
It sounds kind of scary because you are going to the wilderness to live for several months and you can't have anything but the underwear that you wear. Like, how is this supposed to help anyone? This foundation, Anastasia, I'm really trying my best. They are a non-profit foundation, which means they don't pay taxes. They just take in all the money they are given for taking your children and they keep them for a minimum of 50 days, which is kind of a long time. He was there, I believe, longer than that. And what do they do at these camps? Well, let's read some of the comments that you guys left and some reviews on the camp to learn a little bit more on how this actually works. I'm going to start off with a review written by someone who was hired at the camp and later found found out what they really were about. This employee read out, "This is a Mormon organization which I was not told about upon being hired. They say they are non-denominational, but about 98% of their employees are Mormon. Many troubled kids are sent here because they engage in sexual activity, experimented with marijuana or alcohol, or because they are gay and their families do not accept their sexual identity." To be honest, I don't know where Chad fits in all of that. I think he had some problems at school, so it doesn't really fit any of those, but I think he was having issues with grades. Please comment below if you know more. This person continued, "In other words, many of these teenagers were not troubled by normal American standards, only the context of the Mormon community." And like I said, my family is Mormon, and I have to say that Mormonism is very, very strict, and it is kind of cult-like because they all know each other. I realized this was a Mormon organization when I was sitting in a room with 19 other recruits and the founder asked us, "Who is Mormon here?" All 19 people raised their hands and I was shocked. I am an extremely open-minded person, but I felt deceived. During the time I worked here, I received 4 copies of the Book of Mormon simply because I expressed curiosity about Mormon values and beliefs. I appreciate that Anaasi asked employees not to drink, smoke, or use drugs, but they also did not allow opposite-sex employees to share housing with one another, even though male and female staff work and live together in the field. The founder is adamant that trail walkers are not therapists, and therefore the training program does not equip staff with any therapeutic training. So Chad went to this camp and there was no trained psychologist or anyone there telling him it's okay not to have a bed, which actually Ruby later on said, "Oh yeah, Chad didn't have a bed because he lived in the woods without one, so why would he need one?" Bruh, like the beanbag does not suffice.
Many of you are criticizing and calling abusive are actually things that mental health professionals have counseled us.
The majority of staff are students at BYU, and many have no experience working with kids or working in the mental health field. And if this is a program for people who are struggling with mental health, because if they are having all these other issues, it kind of roots down to mental health, then they probably should have mental health experts. This person continues saying, "I felt extremely isolated working in this environment, and over time I became very angry with many of the staff, especially for the way that LGBTQ kids were treated." And I have to say, y'all asked the wrong YouTuber, because if you want to cover LGBT rights, you are canceled. Like, by Mormonism, like, I'm here for the LGBT, and you are not going to make us feel less than, ever. Before we look at what other people have to say about the camp, I'm going to play a little audio clip from a girl who reached out to me, one of the subscribers, hey guys, and told me that they went to this camp before and it was a horrible experience. So I'm going to play her clip and then I'm going to read some other comments to you guys about other people who have attended this wilderness camp.
Passenger's mom, how she sent her son away to a therapeutic camp. Yeah, my parents did that to me for 3 months. 3 months. I missed Thanksgiving, New Year's, and Christmas. No contact from them in North Carolina in the winter. No bed either. No bed. We had to make our own food. We had to go on wood runs with our bare hands, break sticks that were big ass sticks. They were I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah. But yeah, if you see this, thank you for even opening this message, because I'm a really big fan, and yeah.
Obviously that was a lot, and I'm so thankful that she shared her experience. If you guys are ever on Instagram or want to DM me or talk, I love talking to you guys online, so definitely follow me at SL04N. Now let's read some more reviews. So this person wrote, "I went to the same wilderness program, and I have to agree that it is a total abuse of power, and half of the stuff they do should not be legal. I'm pretty sure everyone who has been traumatized by it." This person said, "I went to the wilderness and now I have severe PTSD. Never say it is a good thing." And remember, Chad said he enjoyed going there, and I have to say a lot of you guys have commented on my last video saying, Chad enjoyed being at the wilderness program. I'm glad, but I have to say that everything that Chad says might not be exactly how he feels because he is being monitored by his controlling mother, Ruby. Another person commented about a similar program, saying, "I went to a program like this as a kid and I was tortured and brainwashed. I can't believe it is still happening and there are no laws to regulate these torture camps." It's how? I don't want to go. I never want to go. And I'm never sending any of my children either. Another person left a comment saying, "My childhood friend Corey was sent to the wilderness camp after his parents caught him smoking when he was 15. On the last night of the retreat, each person had to set up a camp and spend the night alone. Corey set up his tent under a tree that was covered in heavy snow from the night before and killed him. What? Corey? Corey wasn't a bad kid. He did well in school and was a sweet, caring person. He smoked once in a while and he did not need to be sent away. Wow. So wait, he was sent away and then Corey was by the tree that fell on him. That's really scary to think about. I'm sorry, Corey, rest in peace. Lastly, to finish up with the comments, someone else wrote, literally a passenger sent their kid Chad like they have issues. The mother has issues. She's forcing religion on them and says when they're 18, they're not living with them. The kids have no friends and they look so sad when they're on camera and they talk about having no friends or no phone for the entire summer. That comment was a little bit messy, but I have to agree that it is really sad that Chad was sent away to this camp because he doesn't seem like a bad kid. Like the type of kids that need to go to these camps are kids who are breaking federal laws or, you know, criminals or whatever. Chad is not a criminal, and just because he had some bad grades does not mean that he needs to be sent off to the wilderness and then he needs to come home and have no bed for several months, or just have a beanbag or whatever he had. Speaking of taking away Chad's bed, there is one more comment I want to read. This person wrote, I have been to those wilderness programs and that in itself is a punishment. You don't need to take away their bed and stuff after. You should be rewarding them for doing this and going through the program. I don't think they understand how hard it is and how much it sucks going to those wilderness programs. I went to one just like it and it is hard. It is so much harder than what they are saying, and I have to agree that it has to be a lot harder. Like people are saying, oh my god, no, Chad loved it. Bro, he was in the wilderness for months in Arizona in the heat, living outside. Like, take a moment to step back and think about what you're being shown. And like I said, when Chad got back from the wilderness camp, he did not have a bed to sleep on. He didn't have a door on his bathroom, so he had to go to the bathroom and shower with the door open. Like, I don't think this kid has done anything to deserve all that. And I think you guys agree. Like, hashtag save Chad. Like, we all agree on this. Like, comment below what you think, because I think we all agree. Now let's get into some clips that you guys have sent me and you want me to react to and talk about.
I'm too real, I keep too much in. I overshare, that's my problem. I
wouldn't say real is the word. I don't know if real would be the word, but I do have to say you definitely overshare, and I'm glad you know that, sweetie. In this next clip, it's gonna be kind of hard to hear, but Ruby is pretty much saying that she doesn't need to be responsible for her children's emotions, and that if her children are sad, they are just gonna be sad. What?
It's important to remember that I, the parent, am not responsible for how my child feels. If my child feels sad, that is my child's emotion, and it's not my job to make her feel better.
I have to say, as a parent, you should be responsible for your children's emotions, and you should be there for them to bring them back up from out of the darkness. In this next clip, you're gonna see Ruby ask Russell, why does he think that Ruby, the mom, and Kevin, the dad, are gonna get divorced? And you can see throughout the clip that the mom never like reassures him that, no, we're not gonna get divorced. She pretty much just exploits his emotion on camera, as she always does, and just to get more content and reaction. And my thought would be like, if my child came to me and was like, oh, I think you guys are gonna get divorced, or I'm having bad thoughts, you guys are gonna get divorced, you're gonna hug them and tell them, no, honey, we love you. You're not gonna put a camera in their face and be like, why? Because we fight? I'm sure they fight hard.
worry if Dad and I are gonna get divorced. You do? I did not know you worried about that. How often do you worry about that?
Probably when I go to sleep.
When you're at the most tired, and then your mind starts going to extreme cases. Oh, well, do you hear Dad and I yell and fight a lot? You're supposed to say no. You're not supposed to say yes.
Take a moment and think about what these kids are going through at school. Like when all of their friends are just watching their lives on camera and their mom constantly embarrass them and stick a camera in their face when they don't want it. Let's take a moment to talk about Sherry, because she is Miss Perfect, and you guys might remember she put out a statement on Instagram saying that she will be talking about the whole situation and drama and tea going on with their family. She posted her statement over a week ago, and she never posted her video, and they've been posting videos online acting like normal, like nothing has happened. Ruby, the mother, has been sending people to go DM different TikTok accounts or Instagram accounts to stop them from posting. So you'll see a bunch of Instagram and TikTok accounts are putting up little I'm sorry messages and and things like that, saying they're going to stop talking about the family, because the family has actually reported my stuff too. They're trying to report everything so they can get it off of online and just act like nothing has ever happened. Sherry has actually even gone and edited her Instagram post to like delete sections out to just act like, you know, I'm not gonna make that video. Like, this has never happened. Like, let's just report them and get them all removed. Well, you're not gonna get me removed, sweetie. You might give me a little strike, but you're not gonna get me removed. And I just have to say to all those TikTok accounts and Instagram accounts that are getting messages from Ruby and her lawyers or their family members or their friends, everyone who's reaching out, there is nothing they can do to you. They have put this stuff online themselves and is free for everyone to use. But I am waiting for Sherry's video. Like, where is Sherry's video? Like, I want to know what they think of this whole situation. Stop just uploading videos and acting like nothing ever happened. But speaking of Sherry, there is one clip that you guys sent to me that I'm going to play. It's just a little clip of Sherry pretty much saying that her room isn't her room, it's her mom's room. So pretty much in their household, they can't say my bedroom or my bed. It is Ruby's bed or Ruby's bedroom because she owns the house and you're just sleeping in it. And once you're 18, you're kicked out, remember?
Looking forward to the most in the new house. For sure, my new room, not my room, mom's room that she's letting me have. Looking forward to the most in the new house. For sure, my new room, not my room, mom's room that she's letting me have.
We all know Sherry is the oldest daughter. She is 17 years old, and as a maturing woman, she is having changes in her body, and you can see her mom is always talking about it, always trying to make her cover up, and which I think is okay. Like, tell your daughter to cover up her chest. That is great. But like all the time on camera, blah, blah, blah. Like, these kids aren't getting paid for this. Like, they don't need to be trying on these clothes for camera. They're being forced to by their parents so they can just continue to put out YouTube videos and make more money off of them.
I'll wear a tank top under.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Cute. I like
Or we
it a
can,
lot.
yeah, a tank top's fine, or you can pin it.
I'll wear a tank top under.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Cute. I like
Or
it
we
a
can,
lot.
yeah, a tank top's fine, or you can pin it.
And like this next clip, like, why do you need to show the little bras on camera with the daughter, just making her feel uncomfy? Like, girls don't like the ideas of having boobs at first. They're kind of shy, and then they want to, you know, ease into it. They don't need to be blasted right on the camera. Like, here, go try on your mini tinny bras.
And try.
What about me? What?
No, not, you don't have to try them on here. You can find a dressing room.
Okay. Mom.
She's all embarrassed.
I'm skipping a little bit ahead, but I have to play this next clip because it is so cringe to me. Like, what is going on? So pretty much they're rafting and like two of the daughters are not having a good time. They are crying and like the mom is just so not comforting. Like, she has no sense of empathy because when she sees her daughters literally bawling in the river, she's just like live, laugh, love.
You're gonna thank me for it. You're having so much fun. I know.
Your girls have my respect forever. I probably could not have done what they just did.
Abby, are you crying? Are you guys crying?
Yeah.
Get in your boats. We're not done yet. You girls are doing great. I'm proud of you. You can't get out right here though. We have to go back. I used to do this kind of stuff all the time growing up. And my girls, they need a little bit tougher skin. This is going to be good for them. They're safe, but this is good to be scared of a little river and to be cold.
Now let's take it back to Chad just for a second. He is not the oldest child, but he is the oldest son, and he has so much responsibility. When it comes to like providing his own goods, he has to pay for them, and you might be wondering, where does this money come from? So supposedly Ruby sometimes gives them YouTube money, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. Especially not enough to supply yourself with clothing for school. And in this next clip, you're gonna see that all the children are rushing at new clothes to have for their school year, which is kind of weird because all the kids wear uniforms except for Chad. Chad doesn't wear uniforms, so he actually needs normal clothing. You'll see by the end of the clip, the mom is like, you need to buy your own clothes, like this is your responsibility. And this kid is young, has no way of like communicating or getting out to making money. He's literally just on YouTube making money for his parents. He's sometimes given a little bit, but he's expected to do so much with it.
8 passengers, shoppers, get ready, set, go!
Okay, I was looking at this one.
All that, I could totally see
wearing that. These two I bought for me.
Okay.
I can take this cardigan off of it, right? Ooh, I like this one. Woo. How do you feel about these two together, Mom?
Ooh, I would never have thought to do that.
What jacket will go with this?
Ooh, Eve, do you need some help? Has gone to school and is realizing he's short on clothes and he wants more clothes. It's become more important to him. We are also working on responsibility. I'm working on holding boundaries. Chad's working on taking personal accountability for his choices. And I thought this is the perfect circumstance.
No, I still think you should pay for it.
Now let's talk briefly about Eve. You guys might know Eve because literally the mom will not pack her a lunch, so the 5-year-old has to pack her own lunch, and a lot of times she goes to school and she doesn't have lunch and she's just hungry, and the mom is okay with that, which is god awful, but in this video we're not going to talk about it right now.
I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry, and hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
If you guys watched my last video, you would have seen that Eve fell into one of those little like window gutter things for basements, and the mom was like, whoa.
One of the reasons Oh, no! What are you doing? You are so crazy, girl!
Can you give it up here?
I can't believe you're going down there. I can't get any of my kids to go down there. You did that all by... Oh my...
Well, there's another clip sent to me, which again is very low volume. I don't know why I can't hear them, but you can see Eve like pushed over this screen out the window, and I'm just wondering, like, one, is Eve like Incredible Hulk when we're not looking? And two, like, why aren't you paying attention to your youngest daughter? Why is she always falling into something or falling out of something or pushing something over?
What happened?
I wrote that. The shark coming.
What happened? Evie, no. Don't stand on that. Don't stand on this.
The sharks. The sharks. The sharks.
You pretending you're in the ocean and so you broke my door?
One last thing I have to mention on Eve. So you guys know, like I said, she was not provided lunch, and the mom made a whole video talking about how she does not feed Eve. Well, in this next clip, you'll see that Russell made his mom a sandwich, which is so sweet. This little young boy made his mom a sandwich, which I cannot imagine. Like, this is still a very little boy, and he made his mom a sandwich because he's trying to be nice so that he can go camping, because he genuinely feels like he'll be left behind if he was bad. And I just have to feel so bad for all of them because they're always on edge because of this mother.
Thank you, Russell. Isn't that sweet? What a treat to have someone else make you a sandwich.
I'm trying to be nice to the whole family, or else you wouldn't let me go camping.
Oh, so you have ulterior motives here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The next few clips I'm about to play, I honestly don't even really want to play them just because I don't want them to be misinterpreted, okay? Like, it's a little bit cringe, obviously, and you're gonna see these clips of Ruby, like, kind of grabbing onto her children, which is fine. Like, she's cuddling her children, she's loving on them, but like, you guys want me to talk about them and include them, so I'm gonna just play them, and you can take them how you want, because I just feel like the mom is being loving and grabbing on her kid, but like, sometimes too, it's just like very physical for someone who shows no like emotional empathy or like genuinely takes care of them when they're not on camera.
Rubbing your hips. Let me rub in your bottom. That muscle gets sore, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels good to me too. Gosh, you're cute. You're so cute. Help me bake all day. Meow. Are you listening to me? Yes. I'm gonna clean my young.
Oh! I will use.
Okay, that licking one sent me. She said, and I was like, I would have been like, get out of my face. I don't know. I'm going crazy right now. I've been going crazy because I've been filming this for hours. And guess what? I'm just gonna get reported for it. They're gonna report me because they say I'm spreading fake news. I'm not spreading fake news. I'm literally repurposing your clips so that you guys can see how monstrous you are. A monster, just like Nicki Minaj. Actually, on that point, they haven't spoke at all on this whole situation, on the drama, nothing. And they just been posting online as regular. They posted a new video recently on their main channel where they had the kids go and destroy Julie's room because I guess they did it off camera and Julie got really upset. So then the mom was like, oh, Julie, you got really upset from that. Like, let me go have the kids recreate it so I can show everyone what Julie got so upset over. And I have to say, this is just so weird to me. As someone who's like a rule follower and always trying to make your kids be perfect, like, why do you just like put them in like situations where you make them break the rules and they get rewarded for that by like being on camera and being praised, but then sometimes they get in trouble? I don't know. And then at the end of the day, is like Julie going to clean all this? Because why did you just give them permission to go tear up her room? I just think it's so weird, an invasion of space and privacy. And like, this is the stuff you're gonna post online whenever we're like talking about your family. You have nothing to say on this at all. Like, I'm waiting for my message because as soon as you guys start messaging me online, every DM is going up. Because the thing about my channel, like I said, when I say get ready to wash it down with some hot tea, that is some hot truth because there's nothing I hide from you guys. Like if I'm sent something, I'm going to be showing you guys. There's no like behind the scenes, like let's just figure this out like in our DMs and like move on. Nah, brah, like I'm exposing everyone to the max. I have nothing to lose. I have literally no hobbies. Like this is my life. Welcome. But I'm going to go ahead and play a clip from their most recent video where they talk about destroying Julie's room, and I just think that's not okay.
I want to know what you kids did in this room that got Julie so upset.
Again, I think it is so weird that she is rewarding this behavior and that they are continuing to just post online and act like nothing ever happened. Honestly, maybe that's the best way to go about it because you just pretend it didn't happen. Maybe it didn't. But I do think it's really odd, and I do think they need to address the situation, especially because Sherry was like, I'm going to address it. And then now she's like, no, I'm not. And I'm just like, can't leave us hanging like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at SL04N. Make sure you check out my other videos and make sure you like report these family channels because I'm tired of them exploiting children. There is no reason to exploit these children. I guess because she has no other job. This is now her job and now she's like worried about losing her job. But like, are you happy and content with yourself? But I think that's just her as a mother. Thoughts? Leave them in the comments below. Before I close out, I do want to mention if you know anyone or if you are experiencing child abuse or neglect, reach out to the 24/7 intake line at 855-323-3237 and please report any child neglect or abuse because it is not okay. We do not let our children go through these type of things and it should not be allowed. I'm not saying call them on this family, I'm saying in your own life because there are so many kids that aren't on camera that are being locked inside and being abused by their parents and we have no idea because they're not big YouTubers and we can't call them out on it. So it's not okay, no matter they are a YouTuber or not, we need to end child abuse. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out my other videos and my main channel and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.